So Suyi has actually been to 3 daycares in a year, and from daycare to daycare I've come to realize the things that we want, because in this 3rd daycare we've hit the sweet spot. They've met my expectations and surpassed it. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the top 10 things to think about when choosing a daycare or a nanny. Alright guys, so the first thing I would say, how responsive is the administrator or the first point of contact to you? Are you the one chasing them, or are they the one chasing you? I don't think it's a good sign if you're the one trying to speak to them and if you're the one making the first move and they're like not really responsive, maybe responding after 3 business days or something. I feel like that's an awful sign, because it only gets worse once a child gets into the daycare. Staff behavior. So I honestly think if you're getting a daycare, you need to meet the staff and see how well the rapport is. So I feel like for the first daycare it was okay, the second daycare was horrible. So that's a huge red flag. See the rapport. So I feel like that was one huge mistake I had. The rapport with the administrator was pretty good. She's like sweet, really nice, and she listens. But with the staff, it was just staff language. Do they speak English properly, or do they speak a foreign language? It's fine if they do either, but they can't afford to speak bad grammar. If, for example, you love this staff and they speak a different language, consider them speaking their language to your child and your child picking up that language rather than bad grammar. Staff communication. How often and how well do they communicate to you about the day of your child? In Suyi's current daycare, like, I feel like I'm there. Every single thing is documented, from his pee, his meals, every single thing. Pictures, they send me pictures throughout the day, if the skills they're working on that day. How well do they staff communicate? I send a message, in like 10 seconds I have a response back. So yeah, communication of the staff is so important, and how well they do. What forms of communication do they have? In our case, we have the Hi Mama app, but even if they don't have the Hi Mama app, is there a way that they can write how the day went? Like, even if they don't have one, start up something like, okay, can I get a report back every day? Even if you want to print it out, potty use or like diaper changes, if it was pee or stool, activities of the day, then meals, what meals he had, how much he had. Staff education. So the staff in the first and the 3rd daycare, they were both early child educators. They really know what they're doing. They know areas to focus on and things to do to improve on that. If you're like looking for your child to actually learn something while having fun, I suggest you just ask if there's any formal education that the staff has had. Activities. Do they have activities planned out? I mean, I would also show you, like, he's moving to actually a 4th daycare because we're moving. I'll also show you like their own activity calendar. I mean, this time I knew the questions to ask, and this daycare they just tick everything that I asked them, and I'm like, you guys are my guys. Location, how close it is to you. So you choose what you prefer. If you always have traffic from work home, it's probably better it's closer to work than home. But if you work from home like me, it's better it's close to home. And then finance, of course, you should be able to afford the daycare. So is it something you can afford? Is it in your budget? Definitely check on that before making your final decision. The equipment that they have available there. For me, it was so important that they had a toddler-sized toilet. So he was still potty training in this time, and we had just peed before we like went in, but like once he got in, he saw the toilet, he was so excited. He said potty, he went, he sat, he forced pee out, and I'm just like, this is awesome. Toddlers would love this, and this would encourage the training. And finally, guys, follow your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then it's not right. I know how for the second daycare I really had this burning feeling like this just doesn't feel like I don't have peace of mind. I just don't feel like this is right. And then I spoke to my mom, and she was like, kids cope, kids like blend very easily, especially when they're really young. And it was fine, like it was like nothing. He switched, and then he even had more fun there. He was even happier there. So telling you now, follow your gut. And don't let the fear of, oh, my child might not adjust easily, stop you. Those are my 10 tips for you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, Remember to hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel. And yeah, next I'm going to be talking about how we teach Suyi consent, because I honestly think sex education is very important to start early, just as little as your little minds can understand. So I'm going to tell you how we teach Suyi consent. And if you want to be notified when that comes out, remember to hit the notification bell. So yes, so thank you guys for watching. You guys have been amazing. See you guys soon. Bye.